We want to find the first 5 terms of this sequence. Now notice you've got a negative number raised to a power. This is like that alternator we talked about in the discussion just before we started these problems. So if this is odd, if the exponent is odd, you have an odd number of negatives, which is going to give you a negative. If the exponent is even, you're going to have an even number of negatives, which will give you a positive. You know, I'm just going to make a note here. If we have, all right, -2 to an odd number, this is going to come out to be negative, right? Because you have an odd number of negatives. If you have -2 to an even number, that's going to come out to be positive because we'll have an even number of negative signs. So I know before I even start computing the terms in this sequence, I know it's going to be an alternating sequence, right? Because I'm going to go, n is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to alternate between odds and evens. And then my signs here are going to alternate between odds and evens. So I'm expecting an alternating sequence. So let's start computing here. I'm going to replace n with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So start here at 1. So when n is equal to 1, we will get a sub 1 equals -2 to the 1. So a sub 1 is just -2. When n is 2, we're going to get a sub 2 equals -2 squared, which is 4. So we'll get a sub 2 equals 4. And I'll just run a quick check. I got a negative, a positive, so I am seeing that alternating sign. Let's see if it continues. So what about a sub 3? A sub 3 is going to be -2 cubed. -2 cubed, that's -8, right? I've got 3 negative signs, so I get -8. All right, and now I've got a -2, +4, -8, alternating. N equals 4. We'll have a sub 4 is equal to -2 to the 4th, which is +16. So now I'm at negative, positive, should be negative here, right? N equals 5. We will get a sub 5 is -2 to the 5th, which is -32. So a sub 5 is -32. So here's the first 5 terms of our alternating sequence. -2, 4, -8, 16, -32. Can you get a feel for what the next one is? Right? What have you got? It's negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. I'm thinking positive, and what do you notice? These terms are just doubling, right? They're doubling, and of course they're going to double because you got a 2 here. So I'm thinking positive 64, -128 if I kept going.